Hello, it's Wednesday.
Hello.
It's a bit drizzly.
The lighting's good, look at that.
So we were just talking about octopus. Just the word octopus. Isn't it a weird word? I can understand octo because they must have 8 tentacles or whatever.
They have got 8 tentacles. I've got a joke about that I need to tell you.
But where does the puss bit come from? What? I mean, they don't resemble a cat. They don't act like a cat. What?
No.
It's probably a Greek or Latin word.
Probably.
Octopus. It's a weird word.
So the joke that goes with that.
Yeah.
How many tickles does it take to tickle an octopus?
Don't know.
10 tickles.
Oh God. Tell everybody what really tickled you the other night about down the local country park. They've got a crew of, what were they? Goats? Lambs. But you find it hilarious what they've named the lambs.
Okay, so my thing is, I don't like animals with really human names. For example,
It's a bit weird.
A cat called Fiona or something like that, right? It's just
John.
Yeah, like
John.
Dog in the park. John, you'll also get like 5 men turn around at the same time. It's just unnatural, right? So this post, how many were there? 5. I think there were 5 lambs or sheep or whatever. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. And they put a caption on and they said, oh, it's blah blah blah's first time out in the field. But the names were Susan, Sandra, Sarah. Who was the other 2?
Oh, I can't
bollocks.
remember.
Susan, Sandra, Sarah,
They all began
Sally.
with S. Sally. Yeah. They all began with S.
Sally, and I can't remember the last one, but Sandra. I'm sorry, I can't.
Sandra the sheep.
No.
Yeah,
it is really bad. The only one I'll accept, actually 2, is little Norman the pug, because that suited him.
Yeah.
And Stanley the pug, because that also suits him.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, don't get a cat.
Paul.
No, don't get a cat or a dog or any animal for that point and call it anything like bloody Dave or Paul or John or Susan or just don't do it.
Georgia.
No. Remember that park down the dog? Remember that dog down the park years ago? I don't know if it was with John and Kim.
Yeah.
And we was watching the planes and this lady shouted out the dog's name and it was Alan.
Oh, Alan, yeah.
And it was like a little Jack Russell Terrier. No, just don't do it.
Poor thing.
Don't do it.
I was a bit disappointed with my drama last night. I love a good drama, me. And I was watching The Bay.
Right.
And pretty much all the way through, you had your thoughts on who the murderer was for different reasons. But then suddenly, in the last episode...
Don't ruin it. If people haven't watched it.
I won't, but it's somebody that's never been on the radar. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it felt like they'd done all these interesting storylines all the way through the series, but on the end one they thought, oh, we've got to finish this in this episode, let's make it it just felt a bit not like they hadn't put the effort into the last episode.
Oh no. When I uploaded our YouTube version last night, because these go TikTok and YouTube, whatever, I'd seen that we'd had quite a few new subscribers on our YouTube channel.
Wow.
I know, yeah.
Hello.
Hi guys.
I don't know why you want to watch this crap, but thanks.
We're hilarious. Why wouldn't you?
Are we?
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes.
No.
Pretty Blossom.
I love Blossom. I'm gonna do a Blossom photo shoot this
Maybe
year.
you should talk about how you got into photography and what it is you find, rewarding about photographing stuff.
Oh. Okay.
So where did your passion first come from?
I mean, I've always had a camera in my life, haven't I? Like, because I used to film home videos when we went on holiday.
Yeah, you did.
And then
got some cracking.
cracking. And then I got that Nikon bridge camera, the one that zooms out, the one I think you've got now.
Yeah.
And then I started using that at concerts and stuff, and that was good. And then
Let's just pause there for a minute. Don't you find though, when you're at a concert now and everybody's filming the concert, that you miss that true connection with the artist at that time?
sometimes, but then
Because if you're fiddling around with your phone, you're zooming in, you're zooming out, you're trying to get a good shot, you're missing that.
but the thing is with me, like for example, Billy coming up, I'm going to want to film a lot of that because I'm only going for one night. So if you're only going for one night, you haven't really got.
But you
know.
have to remember, you've got the best camera in the world in your head.
I know,
So
but you can't watch it back.
How often do you watch those clips back of concerts you've been
I
to?
literally watched Billy's videos the other day
Okay.
because I was scrolling through my thing and I saw him. I was like, oh, I miss Billy, but I need to have something to look back on because I
think, maybe a few is great, but for me, when I go to a gig, my phone's in my bag because I'm enjoying that connection with the artist. When we went to see Machine Head at the O2 Academy, we were very close on the balcony, but we were right over the band, and there were several times where I got eye contact with Rob Flynn and Phil Demmel, and Dad managed to catch a drumstick and everything. I'd have missed those little moments probably if I'd been worrying about filming it.
It's different though when you're closer. Like if I was like down in the pit for whatever reason, fine, I wouldn't bother. But because we're not that close, like I can't. Is that a cat? No, it's a very small dog. I thought there was a cat on a lead. It's a very small dog.
Yeah, but anyway, carry on with your photography. So, what's your favourite thing to photograph? Is it people or is it like nature?
Probably people.
Yeah.
In my head at the minute, with all this blossom coming out, I say it every year, but I've never done it. I really want to get a person, not to be sexist, but preferably a girl who's got like a really long, like flowy dress or something. Stick her in amongst or underneath a blossom tree and take pictures, and buy some of those pastel flowers I keep seeing, and get her to hold them, and then
so you might
do all of
get a
that.
volunteer from this. If there's any volunteers who's willing to do that.
If you live in Birmingham and you don't mind being photographed when it's not shit weather and there's blossom on the trees, let me know. My photography Instagram is Georgia T Photography. Drop me a message, please.
Woohoo!
But yeah, once I got that Nikon camera, I used that for a few years, and then I thought, what did I do? I think I took a picture of the penguins at the Sea Life Centre, and they used it on their Instagram, and I kind of got a bit of a thrill for it, and plus the picture was great, I'm not gonna lie.
And then you've done a lot with Mr. Airborne, who we mentioned before. The amazing Mr. Airborne. Who,
technically it was Mrs. Airborne first.
Yeah, but Mr. and Mrs. Airborne went to Birmingham's Children's Hospital the other day for an awards ceremony because they're one of the 100
heroes
for donations they've raised for the Children's Hospital. So we're incredibly proud of them.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow Mr. Airborne.
Yes.
You say where?
Mr. Airborne on all socials, and Life of Mrs. Airborne as well.
Mr. Airborne really he's an explorer.
Yes.
He explores abandoned places and stuff.
Yeah.
Tries not to get arrested. But between them as well, they do so much for charity.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Look at the fucking road.
Get off your phone.
Yeah, see? She nearly got run over because she was on her phone crossing the road. So take that as a warning, people, and now we're at work.
I know.
I feel like we've covered a lot.
But I don't feel like we've got to the end of that photography conversation.
We'll have to pick that up again, maybe on the way home if it's light enough. But if not, tomorrow.
Okay.
If anybody wants to be photographed, can they approach you?
Probably wouldn't be where I am today with the photography if it wasn't for Mrs. Airborne, for all the stuff we've done together. And then when they had their brand Corrupt Sheriff as well, that was huge. So I'm very, very lucky to have them as friends, not just acquaintances, I would say. It's so dark.
It is very dark in this garage today.
Garage.
There's no bloody sunshine though, is there?
No.
And you guys have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.